Hi, my name is Linnea. I'm a psychic medium from Vancouver, BC. Today we're going to continue with my series of things that go bump in the night. Today we're going to discuss poltergeist and poltergeist versus demonic attack, how it can affect us, and I'm going to share a personal story of living with a poltergeist. There's so many classifications of spirits that we're only just touching the very tip of the iceberg of it. So breaking it down into the very basics, we can understand how the spirit world works. I follow the Hermetic philosophy of as above, so below, that the microcosm and the macrocosm mirror each other. So that being said, there are spiritual and natural laws that apply in our universe, seen and unseen. If we understand that, then we can start to let go of the fear around the darker side of the spirit world and learn how to empower ourselves. According to parapsychologists, a true poltergeist is the kinetic power and energy of a super, basically unhappy or disturbed person. That seems to be the common denominator in most cases. Poltergeist in German means noisy ghost. I lean towards the thinking that it actually isn't a spirit, but the manifestation of someone who has been in a very bad headspace for a long time, as well as having a gift that seems to add fuel to the fire. Statistically, there's a higher percentage of poltergeist activity amongst adolescent young women going through puberty. I have 3 girls. I think there's something to that. Sorry, girls. I'm first going to share a story of what I went through with my poltergeist. My ex, through his constant anger and negativity, created such an entity. And just to clarify, I am not one of those bitter women who are demonizing their exes. I truly hope he finds peace. But it seems like most empaths and healers, we seem to attract the broken birds and have this insane need to heal them. We were at the point that I had said we need to split because it's become so unhealthy. And that led him to sink deeper into his dark emotional abyss. One day, I literally saw the dark energy mass that had always been hovering over his head actually materialize into what looked like an entity. So to set the scene, in my upstairs living room on my fireplace mantle, I had my family photos, a crystal ball, my favorite Kuan Yin statue, and in front of her I had found an old railway iron spike and had placed it in front of her and pushed her to the back so to make sure she would stay safe. In my first video, Origins of an Exorcist, I talked about how Kuan Yin was the first deity that appeared to me to help me through my first demonic attack. So what happened next I thought was rather symbolic. The next thing I know, me and my daughter are sitting there and we see this massive, large, black, gray, about 3-foot round energy ball come flying up the stairs, round the corner, and hit the statue, flipped her over the spike and down onto the marble, and she smashed into pieces. Now she was about 1 foot and a bit tall and at least a couple pounds, so that would have been a fairly large force of energy to even move her, and nothing else moved, which made it even stranger. So I went and I tried saging the house, putting up protection grids. I tried doing everything that I could, thinking, what is this? But I felt like I was pushing a river with my bare hands. So what were the telltale signs of a poltergeist? True to their name, they are noisy. Honestly, noises, bangings, rappings, objects can be moved, thrown, broken. They can inflict physical pain. There usually isn't a visible apparition though, or a specter that comes along with them. Sometimes there's rotten smells, but that can also be with a low-level entity. A demonic or low-level entity can also have those check boxes around, but there's usually a couple extra ones that separate the two. There usually is a clear person involved. The person that has the entity attached tends to have some serious personality changes. They may experience blackouts where they don't remember what happened over extended periods of times. A medium or a sensitive can see dark shadows or figures. They may even appear to shapeshift. And there's a sense of feeling of dread and evil and a thick, heavy energy around them all the time. So these are a few examples of the differences. I'll get more into details in my upcoming video focusing on demonic attacks. So, you have a poltergeist problem, who are you going to call? Well, honestly, this is something that I would really recommend you try not to tackle yourself. Find a really reputable medium or exorcist and get some help. Messing about can make things worse. It took me many trial and errors to figure out how to deal with this poltergeist. I'm going to be doing a video shortly on how to clear yourself and your space. But first you need to get a proper diagnosis of the situation, as there are many different kinds of entities out there, and it's important for you to know what you're dealing with. Now, I've also noticed that with poltergeists that there usually will be a spirit attachment, because low-level entities and demons use fear and low vibrational emotions to feed off of, and these create doorways for them to enter our lives. For the most part, we don't need to actually call on a demon to be infested by one. That's just a Hollywood stereotype. If we're living in a constant low frequency state, then we're a nice yummy buffet for them to come and infect us. So I always wondered, what came first, the chicken or the egg scenario? Was it the demon or the poltergeist? Let me know what you think. In my upcoming video, I'll be discussing what a demon is and how we may unintentionally invite them into our lives. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll talk to you again real soon. Bye!